All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning. I'm Sarabjit Kaur. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to interact with students, parents and teachers in Pariksha Pe Charcha program this morning. Egypt plans to allot land to Indian industries in Suez Canal Special Economic Zone. Bharat Parv to open for general public at Red Fort in Delhi today. Senior ISIS Leader Bilal al-Sudani killed by US military forces in special operation in Somalia. In Australian Open tennis, mixed doubles title clash between Indian pair of Rohan Bopanna and Sania Mirza and Brazilian duo of Luisa, Stefani and Rafael Matos underway in Melbourne. And in cricket, India to take on New Zealand in first T20 International of 3-match series in Ranchi this evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with students in the 6th edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha program at Talkatoora Stadium in New Delhi today. The Pariksha Pe Charcha is held every year since 2018. During the event, the Prime Minister will also interact with parents and teachers to help and enable them to support students in accomplishing their dreams and goals. Addressing the Pariksha Pe Charcha program last year, Prime Minister Modi had stressed that students and parents should not consider exams as the end of life and always try to do better in the next attempt.
परीक्षा के अंक ही जिंदगी नहीं है। उसी प्रकार से कोई एक एग्जामिनेशन ये पूरी जिंदगी नहीं है, वो एक पड़ाव है। सबसे पहले हमने हमारे पूरे जीवन का एक महत्वपूर्ण पड़ाव मानना चाहिए, लेकिन यही सब कुछ है ये कभी नहीं मानना चाहिए। जिस दिन माँ बाप को मैं खास प्रार्थना करूंगा कि आप बच्चों को ये नहीं तो कुछ नहीं, ये जो मूड बना देते हो, मेहरबानी करके ऐसा मत करो। ये हुआ अच्छी बात, ज्यादा अच्छा हो और अच्छी बात, लेकिन कुछ न हुआ तो जैसे दुनिया लूट गई, ये सोच बिल्कुल ही आज के युग में उपयुक्त नहीं है। बहुत सारे स्कोप है, जीवन के किसी भी क्षेत्र में जा सकते हैं आप।
Our correspondent has filed this report.
Over 38 lakh students have registered for Pariksha Pe Charcha this year, which is 50% more as compared to the previous year. Out of these students, around 16 lakhs are from the state board from across the country. Around 15.5 lakh students have registered last year for Pariksha Pe Charcha program. The Ministry of Education has also received over 20 lakhs questions from the students, which is based on stress management, health and career. The Prime Minister conceptualized Pariksha Pe Charcha, a unique interactive program wherein students, parents and teachers across the nation and also from overseas interact with him. They discuss how to overcome the stress emerging from the examination in order to celebrate life as an utsav. Sanjeev Jasrotia, AIR News, Delhi.
In Uttarakhand, a lot of enthusiasm is being seen among the students for Pariksha Pe Charcha program. Uttarakhand's Education Department has made elaborate arrangements to telecast the program live in its over 5,000 schools across the state. More than 10 lakh students will participate in the event. During the telecast of the program, MPs, MLAs, district panchayat presidents, mayors, block heads, presidents of municipal bodies and other public representatives will visit different schools. The 30th National Child Science Congress will begin today at Ahmedabad in Gujarat. The 5-day event, which will be organized at Science City, will conclude on 31st of January. The program is being hosted by the Gujarat Council on Science and Technology, GUJCOST, and Gujarat Council of Science City. More than 1,400 delegates, including child scientists, escort teachers, evaluators, and government officials, will attend the Congress. Talking to AIR News, the advisor of GUJCOST, Narottam Sahu, said nearly 850 students from across the country will present their projects in the Congress.
850 बच्चे यहाँ पे आएंगे। तो ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर सर का जो विजन है कि साइंस में कैसे ज्यादा बच्चों रुचि रख सकते हैं एंड साइंस का एक्साइटमेंट को कैसे वो लोग ले सकते हैं, इसी को ध्यान में लेकर के भारत सरकार इस साल में इनको सिलेक्ट किया हुआ है। प्रोग्राम के अंदर में है बच्चों लोगों का टेक्निकल प्रेजेंटेशन, ये लोग रिसर्च किया है। इसको एक 3 मेंबर वाला साइंटिफिक जूरी मेंबर होंगे, तो इनके सामने में अपना का मातृभाषा में वो प्रेजेंट करेंगे एंड जूरी मेंबर जो 3 लोग होते हैं वो अपना अपना लैंग्वेज को समझ करके इनका मूल्यांकन करेंगे।
Egypt plans to allot land to Indian industries in Suez Canal Special Economic Zone. A joint statement released by the two countries on the summit meeting said the Indian side can arrange the master plan for the proposal. The proposal is in the context of India's offer to encourage its companies which have the potential to undertake overseas investments to make use of the available investment opportunities in Egypt. The statement said Egypt welcomes the flow of more Indian investments and promises to offer incentives and facilities as per applicable regulations and framework. Both Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi welcomed the expansion of Indian investments in Egypt, which is currently more than $3.15 billion. They agreed to encourage businesses from their respective countries to explore emerging economic and investment opportunities in each other's countries. The two leaders appreciated the strong bilateral economic engagement and expressed satisfaction at the current level of bilateral trade at a record high of $7.26 billion, despite the challenges posed by the pandemic. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar called on Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi in New Delhi yesterday. The Vice President highlighted that the Egypt's President's visit had touched the hearts of Indians and left a deep impact. The Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO Festival will begin today in Mumbai with the world premiere of Tamil film Appatha. The film is directed by Padma Awardee and National Award-winning filmmaker Priyadarshan. A total of 57 films from SCO countries will be showcased during the 5-day event. While 14 feature films will be screened in the competition section, the non-competition section will showcase 43 films. The SCO Film Festival is being organized to mark India's presidency at SCO. Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Thakur said India's goal of organizing the festival is to showcase the diversity of films and various styles of filmmaking from the SCO region. Mr. Thakur said they also aim to build cinematic partnerships, have exchange of programs, nurture young filmmaking talent, and act as a bridge between cultures of this unique region. President Draupadi Murmu hosted the at-home reception on the occasion of Republic Day at Rashtrapati Bhavan yesterday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar, Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, former President Ram Nath Kovind and former Vice President Hamid Ansari were among the guests who attended the event. Bharat Parv, displaying cuisine and culture of different states, will open for public today at Red Fort in New Delhi. This 6-day event was inaugurated by Union Minister for Culture and Tourism, G. Kishan Reddy, yesterday. It is being organized till 31st of this month as part of the Republic Day celebrations. Speaking at the inaugural event, Mr. Reddy said that the program is a way to celebrate India's unity in diversity.
हमारे उत्सव पर्व भारत की विविधता में एकता का परिचय कराते हैं। भारत पर्व एक भारत श्रेष्ठ भारत की संकल्प पूरा करते हैं। देश की विभिन्न हिस्सों से अलग अलग कलाकार, संगीतकार, शिल्पकार और हस्त कलाकार यहाँ आए हुए हैं। अलग अलग राज्यों के भोजन का आनंद भी हम यहाँ अलग अलग फूड कोर्ट में ले सकते हैं। 31 जनवरी तक इस हिस्टोरिकल रिपोर्ट लाल किले पर एक लघु भारत का दर्शन आप देख सकते हैं।
Information and Broadcasting Minister Anurag Singh Thakur facilitated the winners of Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Bal Puraskar at his residence yesterday. Sharing pictures of Rashtriya Bal Puraskar awardees, Mr. Thakur said in his message that these young minds have demonstrated true grit and determination in their pursuit of excellence. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. U.S. military forces killed a senior ISIS leader and 10 members of the terror group in northern Somalia in a special operation. According to U.S. officials, a key regional leader of the Islamic State group, Bilal al-Sudani, was killed during a gunfight after U.S. troops descended on a mountainous cave complex in northern Somalia. Around 10 of Bilal al-Sudani's Islamic State associates at the scene were also killed. U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin in a statement said that on orders from President Joe Biden, the U.S. military conducted an assault operation in northern Somalia that resulted in the death of a number of ISIS members, including Bilal al-Sudani. According to media reports, from his mountain base in northern Somalia, Sudani provided and coordinated funding for Islamic State branches not only in Africa but also Islamic State Khorasan, the arm operating in Afghanistan. In the Australian Open tennis, the mixed doubles title clash between Indian pair of Bopanna and Sania Mirza and the Brazilian duo of Luisa, Stefani and Rafael Matos is underway on Rod Laver Arena at Melbourne. Sania and Bopanna defeated American Desiree Krozisk and his British partner Neil Skopsky 7-6, 6-7, 10-6 in the semi-finals on Wednesday. In the men's singles, fourth seed Novak Djokovic will take on unseeded Tommy Paul of the United States in the last four encounter today. Serbian Djokovic seeks a record extending 10th Australian Open and a 22nd Grand Slam crown. In the other semi-finals, third seed Stefanos Tsitsipas will lock horns with 18th seed Karen Karnova today. In the women's singles, 22nd seed Elena Rybakina and 5th seed Aryna Sabalenka will face off in the summit clash tomorrow. Kazakhstan player Rybakina edged past two-time champion Victoria Azarenka 7-6, 6-3, while Sabalenka ended the dream run of unseeded Polish player Magda Ilinet 7-6, 6-2 in the semi-finals. In badminton, Indian ace Lakshya Sen will face fourth seed Jonathan Christie of Indonesia in men's singles quarterfinals of Indonesia Masters in Jakarta today. Seventh seed Lakshya defeated Ang Seng Nyong of Malaysia in the round of 16 match yesterday. The Indian women's doubles duo of Tanisha Crasto and Ashwani Ponappa will also be in the fray today as they play Japanese duo of Yuki Fukushima and Sayaka Hirota in last 8 match. In men's cricket, the first T20 International of the 3-match series between India and New Zealand will be played at JSCA International Stadium Complex in Ranchi today. The match will begin at 7 p.m. In women's cricket, India's under-19 team will be facing New Zealand in the first semi-final of the T20 World Cup at Senwes Park at Potchefstroom in South Africa today. The match will begin at 1:30 p.m. England will take on Australia in the second semi-final. And now let's have a look at the weather across the country today. There will be shallow fog in northern capital Delhi. The temperature will hover between minimum of 9 degrees and maximum of 19 degrees. Mumbai will have partly cloudy sky towards afternoon or evening. Kolkata will have fog or mist in the morning. Chennai is expected to have partly cloudy sky. And now, for a look at today's newspapers, it's over to Subhadra Ramachandran.
Thank you, Sarabjit. India's military might, diversity on show is the lead headline, is the pioneer. The 74th Republic Day parade on Kartavya Path saw Agniveers participate for the first time. Women and Shramyogis got place of prominence. With India and Egypt issuing a joint statement, Egypt could allocate land to India in Suez Canal ecozone, states the Asian Age. A new step in inoculation drive. Centre rolls out first nasal vax as booster, informs the Hindustan Times. And finally, history retold. ICHR set to unveil exhibition on unexplored dynasties to showcase glory of medieval India, states the Hindustan Times. With that, it's back to you, Sarabjit.
Thank you, Subhadra. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to interact with students, parents and teachers in Pariksha Pe Charcha program this morning. Egypt plans to allot land to Indian industries in Suez Canal Special Economic Zone. Bharat Parv to open for general public at Red Fort in Delhi today. Senior ISIS leader Bilal al-Sudani killed by US military forces in special operation in Somalia. In Australian Open tennis mixed doubles title clash between Indian pair of Rohan Bopanna and Sania Mirza and Brazilian duo of Luisa, Stefani and Rafael Matos underway in Melbourne. And in cricket, India to take on New Zealand in first T20 International of 3-match series in Ranchi this evening. And with that, we end the morning news. Have a nice day.